Grabbed by my Whisper. My Whisper won the last.
G'day, punters. Welcome to another episode of the Whispers Racing Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see I'm flying solo tonight. Matty's a late scratching. The vets have had to run the rule over him, and he's pulled up a bit lame to come on tonight, so he'll be missing in action. But he was good enough to send through his thoughts. A little preview of the futures tickets, and yeah, bets around the grounds. So, yeah, flying solo. So, short and sharp. I'll be previewing race 9 at Caulfield, and I'll be talking about the Caulfield Cup futures tickets. So, stay tuned for that. But, yeah, going to dive deep into race 9 at Caulfield. I think everything's majority of first up. And, yeah, just going to go through a few key horses and, where I can see them landing in the future and maybe a few winners for the future. We'll have bets around the grounds like always, multi and pineapple of the week. Last week saluted with Tiz Invincible, so that was a nice result up in Sydney. Let's see if I can string 2 in a row. After Tiz Invincible won. If you're a first-time watcher or listener, please welcome. Please give us a crack. And if you do like this show, please like, subscribe. We really appreciate all the support that everyone gives us out there, all the great comments after a few winners, even your thoughts on the races. It's great to just interact with you guys. So thank you for that. And if you're a Spotify listener, please rate us on Spotify. We do everything for the love of it. Everything's free. There's no hidden paywalls. So please support us by just rating us on Spotify. We'd love to grow our audience, and your help doesn't go unrecognized. So if we find you a couple of winners, please help us out by liking, subscribing, and sharing. If you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, please DM me and I'll put you straight through. We've had a few winners this week, so it's been a really good August so far. And hopefully the winners keep rolling on, especially this Saturday. So please, if you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, you know what to do. Talking points this week. I don't know if you guys were aware, but it's been talked about, and this is a point that really is my number one hate of our industry. I don't know if you guys noticed, Moonee Valley watered their track a little extra on the inside for Saturday, which made it a no-go zone, and lanes 1 and 2 were off, and the A ground was towards the middle of the track, and jockeys were working it out towards the middle of the card. This wasn't the track manager's decision, clearly. This has been a management decision above board level, as they didn't want to have another monorail at Moonee Valley. Now, we know that Moonee Valley favors the leaders on dry tracks, so just leave it as it is. In the morning on the radio, there was nothing mentioned about the inside being off. It was well known on website that I use and social media that the inside 2 was like a soft 5. Now, let track managers be track managers and let them do what they do best, and that's management of the course. Management, they need to stay right away from here and concentrate on crowds to races, creating turnover. MRC did this 12 to 18 months ago, and management stepped in and created an inside 2 lanes to be off on a good 3 track. This is one of my biggest issues. Racing, it just needs to stop. Let the track managers do their job. They do a great job for what they have. And CEOs, board levels, whoever you are, stay right away. This is not your wheelhouse. As they say, stay in your lane, get out, because it is an absolute shit show. When I watched the first, it was 10 a.m. and I can hear people saying that the inside couple of lanes were off. I had a few bets that were leader railed, and one of them found the rail and went no good and just missed. And then a couple of them luckily got to the outside. And when they got to the outside, I was like, I mapped them to be the rail. Why? It was telling me a story, and the things I was hearing was the rail was off. So please, seriously, just let track managers do their job. That's what they get paid to do. All right, we'll move on. Futures tickets. We'll start off with Matty. He's a short and sharp now. Last week he had $12.50 on Lindemann at $80. It's now into $50 on Betfair. Corporates have it at 51. So anyone that took the 80s, well shopped, because we're already in front there. Matty, this week the Cox Plate, no bets, but he's happy he's found Lindemann early. After this weekend, he'll just see how the races will shape up. Interesting to hear Francesca Guardi is going to be heading to the Caulfield Cup before the Melbourne Cup. So Yeah, that's no shock to me. I think Waller's going to use the traditional path of that. Be better suited for me. I'm just going to see how Francesco Guardi comes back to be before diving in. My futures ticket, Caulfield Cup. Now I've spent 45 of the 100. We've had 15 on West Wind Blows at 16s. It's now into 12s. Corporates have it at 11. So nicely shot there. 15 on breakup, 19s we took. It's into 1750. Corporates 18. So little edge there. Concerning here, Kovalika, we took 21s and it's now at the 36s. So that's telling me it's going to go Sydney, probably Epsom Golden Eagle, if that's the blows like that. Maybe because of West Wind Blows, it's had to blow out, but that's alarming at the moment. And Lunar Flare, we've had $5 on it, $51. It's out to $80 on Betfair, but corporates have it at 26s. So I still like Lunar Flare because I feel they'll go Caulfield Cup before their Melbourne Cup run. All right, tonight we will be spending another 25. So this is taking us up to 70 of my 100. We are almost at the end. I thought we'd stop, but I did say last week I was waiting for confirmation on a horse or horses to see if they were coming out or not. And I've just seen an article now that this horse is coming out. It now has Aussie owners that have brought it into it. That is Valiant King. The prices went off. It was around 30s, now into 16s. I'm still happy to take the 16s. It will start around $6 race time. I'm having $25 on it, 16 to win around 300 and something. As I said last week, it has form around the Melbourne Cup favourite last start, and I thought it handled itself really well. And the run attracted me for this horse for this race. So yeah, I'm confident. I reckon this is the equal top seed with West Wind Blows. Keen to see them both come out, and yeah, I just think they beat up anything that we have out here. Valiant King, I would have a slight edge on top. Yeah, I just love the way he goes about it. He's going to be a nice horse suited for Caulfield Cup, 2,400 meters. So that's 70 of my 100 spent. I'm hoping next week I'm not be diving into anything. I want to see a few run now before I spend my last 30. So yeah, good shopping. Track stats this week, rail out 9 meters at Caulfield. Should favour horses on speed like normal Caulfield does. But weather watch here, 5 to 10 mil tonight, 1 to 5 tomorrow. If the rain falls, I feel the inside will be off and it will be lanes 1 and 2 off the rail. Track currently a good 4. I'll work around a 5 to 6, worst as a 7, but I'll be listening to the radio for the final track report Saturday morning. If the rain comes early enough on Friday, it has enough drying weather to maybe sit at a 5 or a 6. It just depends how much falls and how much of the track is a good 4. Could be a good 3 at the moment. So watch and act. I'm hoping there's no inside off. I hope it plays fair. And we'll see how, it goes. So race 9, the PB Lawrence Stakes. Race 9, as I said. I'm just going to get the odds up here. Caulfield. What a ripper of edition this is. So we got the favorite here at $2. It is Mr. Brightside. Tuvalu, $7. Attrition, $9. Pinstripe, $15. Aegon, $20. Albotagon, $23. Western Empire, $26. King Magnus, 26. Uncle Bryn, 27. Pounding, 35s. Buffalo River, 41. Chassis, 51. Deny Knowledge, 81s. Edison, 91. Forgot You, 100 to 1. Regal Power, 126s. Speed map here. Yeah, it's an interesting one here because there's 2 scratchings already. Francesco Guardi comes out and Golden Mile out. So that promotes Chassis and Deny Knowledge forward. So Buffalo River, Tuvalu will be leading this race, setting a fast pace. Now, if Edison gets a start, we could be seeing a very fast race here. Field could be stretched out 15 lengths to first to last plus. Chassis gets the camp behind the leaders here. Pinstripe can be very handy from 3 and joins Chassis. deny knowledge. Normally leads, but I've got that feeling they'll take a sit here and won't try and join the speed battle up front since it is first up. I think they'll wait till third up to be joining that speed battle when he's a bit fitter. Yeah, Mick Kent, I don't think he'll want to use its juices up early. No jockey. Yeah, no jockey on yet. So that's, it might not even run. But yeah, Western Empire, I think, can be handy. Mr. Brightside, this is the interesting one. I don't know where this horse will land, especially Craig Williams on board. I feel this horse could be midfield 3 wide, no cover. That's where I've mapped it, but wouldn't surprise me if he pushes forward on it, and it wouldn't surprise me if he sits near last. But interesting runner, especially at $2. I know listeners, watchers, Matty, you're probably sitting at home now having a good old laugh here because I've been a heavy knocker of this camp, but I'm happy to be with Western Empire here. Now, I know I've been not a big fan of John Leake Jr. His stats are no good, but I want to be 1/3 play here. He's had 2 jump outs, and I've loved both of them. Looks strong in both trials. Love the booking of Ethan Brown here, as he'll be eager to perform to try and set up his spring coming off that injury and fall. So good to have him back, and I just love that it booked him because he'll be really chomping at the bit to ride a winner early in a Group 2. Barrier 6, he can sit handy. Let the pace go up front. He can spot them 4 lengths. We know it has a good turn of foot when this horse is right. Now, 2 preps ago, owner pulled the pin after 2 starts. 12 months ago, he was sent back to Perth because it wasn't up to the owner's expectations. But first up, 12 months ago, it was 3.6 lengths off Snap Dancer. I'm Thunderstruck Cascadian. They ran 1, 2, 3. Western Empire ran 5th, only beaten 3.6. 3 pretty good horses here of that sort of quality. Sorry, 3 pretty good horses, and there's not that much quality in this race to that 12 months ago. Last prep kicked off at 1,200 meters down the straight, first up and second up, which that distance wasn't ideal. Third up, had Aaron Lynch on board, sat outside leader, completely got that wrong. I've also noted this horse best wins have been on even to fast tempos. Hasn't seen anywhere near that in Melbourne. Only been in very to slow races. At 19s, I'm happy to have it a place, especially $4 the place. It's just crazy, especially off the jump outs. Mr. Brightside, $2. If you like the horse, I suggest you wait. $2 is huge unders for me. Yes, the horse is the best horse in the race and super talented, but the map is undecided. And its grand final is probably Cox Plate and Champions Mile Day. So I don't want to be diving in at that price, knowing it's first up. Plus, we know in smaller fields in the autumn, this horse was falling out the back of the barriers and coming home nicely. Now, bigger field, price isn't just for me. If it was $3, I'd probably get involved, but we won't get that. But come race time, you will get a better price. I know it won by 8 lengths in a jump out, but the time was just par over 800 meters. So I'm keen to bet around it, but I'm not going to lay him on Betfair. He's a talented horse, and I'd love to see him win first up. But there's just too many negatives for me to just be getting involved. Might be Dr. Obvious here, but Tuvalu, Albotagon, they won't be winning another race. Didn't like their jump outs. They look to be cooked. So I'm going to put a line through them, take them on. Pinstrop, I feel is in for a very nice prep at $15. Could easily entertain a bet. Loved its jump out. It's going to find a nice map. So at 15s, that might be the horse they come for. I am interested in the 3-year-olds from last season to see how they stack up against the big boys and girls now. Attrition, nice jump out. Barrier 12. I think they're going to be back and wide, but be looking to see this horse run on. Wouldn't surprise me if it won, but I'd rather see it happen than have any money on it. Good race. I'm happy to be with the Western Empire here. 1/3 at around the $19 and $4 mark. Around the grounds, I'll start off with mine. No surprise here. Ramwick, race 6, Faulkner Park. Love this horse's return off a little break. just missing last start, was near last, ran on against the bias, 1,800 up to 2,000 now, feels it suits. It will be winning around $3. I know it's a heavy 8 at the moment. They reckon a soft 6. That's not going to be a worry for this horse. I know the stats don't look well, but looking at what it did on those soft tracks, it's good enough to be winning this. And I think all roads point to the Metrop. You're looking to have an early bet. I'm keen to, have a look at that. Maddie's having a few bets here. So Caulfield race 4, Wave Rider Boy. Yeah, Caulfield race 4, right? Wave Rider Boy. And then he's going to Caulfield race 5, number 4, Amendable. Then he's going to go to Ramwick race 5, number 10, Extremely Lucky. I like what he's thinking there. And then Ramwick race 7, number 7, Parsifal on top. And number 10, Petulant, is way overs at 70. So he'll be having something small on that each way. So that's race 7, number 7, Parsifal, and number 10, Petulant. And the lucky last, he's going to have race 8, number 15, Princess Grace at 15s. Will be a 2-bet play with number 17, King Colorado, the 3-year-old, up against the big boys and girls. Be keen to see how that goes as well. Has already been found 26s into 10s and no jockey at the moment, which is a bit weird, but yeah, early shopping's telling us that still got to get a start, I think, as well. But if it might be already in, I haven't checked, but Matty's having 2-bet plays there. I like him. Multi this week, I'm going to chuck in Caulfield race 8, Cylinder, the win. It's a clear best bet for me, but at $1.65, I can't be choosing that for the pineapple for you guys, but it will be winning. So I chuck that in the multi, and I reckon Richmond to beat North Melbourne. They'll have a fair send-off for Cochin and Rewalt. So they're $1.65, $1.20. Matty's going to chuck in Caulfield race 5, Amendable to place, and Ramwick race 7, Parsifal to place. It comes to around $5.30 as the rain hits in southeast Victoria. There we go. Rain's arrived. Last week, 2 out of 3. We had avoided bet, but 2 out of 3. Esky in the last just let us down. So maybe that's why Matty's missing. So best bet, pineapple of the week. Here we go. Now, I definitely have had no influence from Matty here. This is all me. So don't think that Matty's sabotaged me, but I'm very keen here. Race 4, number 4, Wave Rider Boy. If it's in Melbourne, I thought this horse was really good against the bias last start. This horse jumps clean, but for some reason they go back on this horse. But Blake Shin goes on board, and we know he will put this in a great spot and probably best case camp behind the leaders. Worst case midfield. Barry, no issue for me when Blake Shin's on board. Horses in the market are first or second up or coming off breaks. We're fully fit, ready to rock and roll, and I think around $3 I think it's a good price to have a crack here. So that's race 4, number 4, Wave Rider Boy. Thank you guys. Short and sharp, I know. Stay close to socials. I'll put my bets up for Saturday up on socials, TikTok and Twitter. If you want to get access to them, and if you're watching through YouTube or Spotify, DM me. I'll give you my username to follow. But yeah, there'll be plenty of bets on there. Hopefully you have a great weekend. Hopefully you fill your pockets up. More importantly, I hope I fill your pockets up. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll be back next week for, don't know what it will be, but Matty and I, we definitely be back. Have a great weekend, and back plenty of winners, punters.
I'm not a good person, but it just goes to show that good things do happen to bad people. So anyone out there who's up against the wall, fucking stick to it. Every cent you got, your rent, your electricity bill, if you're going to buy your missus a ring, don't fucking do it. Keep punting. Keep fucking punting.